TIFU by accidentally hugging a security guard and getting kicked out of a wedding event. I come from a small village in India, and there are a lot of things that someone who has never left the village may not know about, such as social norms and security protocols in bigger cities. Unfortunately, I had never left my village until a year ago to attend a wedding event. In Indian cities, most public places have armed security at the entrance. They hold a handheld metal detector and scan your entire body for potential explosives. The armed security guards also motion for you to stretch your arms by stretching their own arms. I arrived at the venue where the wedding was taking place. I passed a metal detector gate and thought I was in the clear. The security guard then held this weird electronic stick-like device. I was bewildered at what that could be. The security guard then stretched his arm to motion for me to stretch my own arms so he could effectively scan me for explosives. I thought, weird. I guess since this is a wedding event, this guy must be a relative of my friend and is asking for a hug. So I hugged him. The security guard pushed me off and said, "Hey, what are you doing?" I told him that he asked for a hug. The security guard then told me, "You're high. Leave." I then apologized to him and explained that I'm from a village and may have missed some important context. The security guard then called me a drunkard and told me to leave. I tried calling my friend to let me in, but he wouldn't pick up the phone. I went back to my hotel and texted him my congratulations. So I was not able to attend my friend's wedding event. At least I experienced the city. TLDR. I lived in a village my entire life, visited the big city, and a security guard motioned for me to stretch my arms so he could scan me for explosives with his handheld device. I mistakenly thought he was asking for a hug and acted accordingly. The security guard kicked me out, and I couldn't attend my friend's wedding event. This is endearing as well as funny. So sorry you had to miss the wedding. But it does demonstrate the importance of social scripts. I have a similar one, but I still say it was my midwife's fault. I was in labor and my husband was still on his way to the hospital, so I was alone. I said, "I need a hug," and the midwife put her arms around my waist, so I reciprocated, and she was like, "Oh, I was just adjusting your monitors." Quote, I had monitors strapped around my bump. I was mortified, but I had literally said, "I need a hug," and she almost immediately put her arms around me. I did this once at a concert. I was not drunk or high. I just thought the guard wanted a hug. He was not amused, but I didn't get kicked out. At least. Similar scenario. This was after already going through a metal detector and bag check. One time, I admittedly was high. I went to the Board of Elections to vote. The poll worker asked if the arms of the parking garage were up, so he could validate my parking. Well, I heard, "Put your arms up," so I did. Sorry you missed the wedding. It was an honest mistake, and charming. At least you have a story to tell your grandchildren. Sorry it happened to you though. I've done this too. Was getting patted down and she outstretched her arms and I went in for a hug. It happens. And I'm from the city where it took place. Just misread the cue. I'm sorry you couldn't make your friend's wedding. Not quite as bad, but I just took my toddler to the doctor a couple of hours ago. Nurse calls his name and as I walk over she holds out her right hand and says her name. So I say my name and shake her hand. She just wanted the paperwork from the front desk. But at least she found it funny. LMAO, I'm sorry bro. You literally gotta get out more tears of joy. Are this AI posts? Knowing possibly I will get some heat. The grammar, punctuation, flow and storytelling is very clear and concise. Yet the person claims that he is from small village in India and just left until a year ago. The use of words. Bewildered. Accordingly, mistakenly. Tell me about your social media usage. Not sure how true this is because those security guards are definitely not armed in any way. And honestly, Op may have never left his village, but enough of television shows and movies guards checking people before they enter hotels, malls and stores. Op, if you go through airport security and they pull you aside for a strip search, they aren't interested in sex. Ah, that's okay. It's not your fault and your friend will understand. I don't buy it. With your English level being from a village, and having zero awareness dealing with a security personnel, you didn't see others going through the procedure? This is obvious karma farming. Why would anyone think a perfect stranger wants a hug from them? I did this too when I was a little kid at the airport.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.